hopefully things are going well for you guys. As for me, let me go ahead and tell you something about a franchise, a rhythm game franchise. No, it's not Dance Dance Revolution. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's just rewind and I will elaborate to you what's going on. Okay, so rhythm games were kicking butt back in the good old days. Next thing you know, during the PlayStation days, the rhythm games were being birthed, and they were growing and growing. And when it came to the PlayStation 2 and Xbox days, there was the huge boom of rhythm games. They were maintaining popularity. After all that, man, to see our kids finally growing up. However, as a result, there was pretty much other companies, other developers, and other publishers that were looking to cash in on the rhythm game scene. So, one of these people who we're going to focus on is Bandai Namco. Well, Namco, if you remember back in the, like I said, PlayStation 2 and Xbox days. So, what happened here was Namco decided, you know what, let's go add to the rhythm game scene. And what do we do? Okay, what do we do? Namco picks up an idea for a rhythm game, and pretty much this idea for a rhythm game is based off this Japanese traditional instrument known as the Taiko drum. Perfect, Namco said. So, however, the Taiko no Tatsujin series was born. However, Taiko no Tatsujin did make a debut in America before. It was Taiko Drum Master on the PlayStation 2. It was localized for North America. After that, the franchise ended up staying in Japan until now. They decided over at Bandai Namco that, you know what, let's bring Taiko no Tatsujin over to America again. And as a result, there's Taiko no Tatsujin Drum and Fun. But before Drum and Fun on the Nintendo Switch, Taiko no Tatsujin games were being released on a majority of Nintendo consoles. You would see Taiko no Tatsujin on every single Nintendo system. There's Taiko no Tatsujin DS, Taiko no Tatsujin 3DS, Taiko no Tatsujin Wii, Taiko no Tatsujin Wii U, and you get the idea. And then all of a sudden they started branching out. Oh, Taiko no Tatsujin PlayStation Vita, and then Taiko no Tatsujin PlayStation 4. Oh, Taiko no Tatsujin Nintendo Switch. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's bring Taiko no Tatsujin over to America. And here you go, Taiko no Tatsujin Drum and Fun on the Nintendo Switch here on America. By the way, when Taiko no Tatsujin got brought over to here with us, okay? Here with the US, okay? Guess what ended up happening? It was released as a download exclusive $50 price tag. So yeah, you pay $50, you get the game. Alright, that's pretty cool. Alright, so I'll go ahead and show you. As you can see right here, wow, look at that. Crazy. That's crazy. Alright. Now, I can't go off and kind of show you live gameplay with music blaring from the TV speakers, because, you know, rhythm games and music and how they carry copyrights and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the song list for Taiko no Tatsujin. The song list for Taiko no Tatsujin Drum and Fun is great. Unlike Konami, the song list doesn't seem to be kneecapped at all. These songs are categorized as well. You will get your Japanese pop songs, your songs from animes, music from other games, Vocaloid music, and random picks of music, as well as classical music as well. Now, there are unlockable songs, and also, when you're done unlocking the songs, you also have DLC song packs. Because of the Nintendo Switch, you do get the Kirby and Splatoon 2 medleys, and also Jump Up Superstar from Super Mario Odyssey. The song list altogether is good, even without the DLC. Oh, also, Bandai Namco ended up saying, hey, let's get some original music from us into the game, so that way alongside those songs, you also got the Namco Originals label, where it is essentially original music made for Taiko no Tatsujin. Now let's go ahead and talk about the gameplay of the game. It's a simple but addictive game. It's an easy to pick up and hard to master kind of thing. Let me transition me to the details. The gameplay involves a single-line grid. The red node represents the center of the drum, while the blue nodes represents the edges of the drum. Your yellow notes, balloon notes, and golden notes represents wherever on the drum, and also go fucking crazy. Gameplay for this one is rather simplistic. The background randomly varies, as well as the characters who show up in the bottom of the screen. However, 4 ways of playing this game is by buttons on the controller, touchscreen, motion control, or drum controller. As for the drum controller, actually, I'll hold off on that later. This is a third-party drum controller, and I'll tell you the story. Okay, so buttons on your controller and touchscreen, good. Pretty good. Okay, you have the option of showing off the drum or hiding the drum, so you can see the bottom of the screen. And all these characters dancing their butts off. Okay. Also, motion controls. There are some issues with the motion controls, but I do realize at the same time that most of the time, this is due to me not holding still. And when it comes to playing the game with motion controls, you have to basically hold still. If you're like all over the place drumming and moving make it to where you're just moving your hands. But if you're moving your body, the game's going to have a hard time recognizing your notes. And that's where shenanigans plays a huge role. The drum controller. Bandai Namco nor Hori never even bothered to localize the drum controller here. And making matters worse, the drum controller is going to run you at $100. This is the first party Hori controller. The third party is essentially the cheapest. So yeah, you have to import your drum controller. I mean, I have tried to find the official Hori drum, but unfortunately people were asking $100 and above, and I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? Like, for fuck's sake. So the cheapest I could find was essentially close to around the $50, $60 range. It was a third-party controller. Alright, I went ahead, ordered it, and got it in the mail. And yeah, this is that drum controller that I gotta show you. I'm gonna go ahead and show you right there. And you're going to definitely see... Yeah, look at that. I don't know what was going on with Bandai Namco, but really, to be honest with you here, better late than never. If you do that now, better late than ever. Alright, for crying out loud, Hori, 3 people I need to call out for this. Hori, Bandai Namco, and Nintendo. Nintendo, I have to call out because there's that one paranoia with the incident with the third-party docks and whatnot. What about that? Everybody's scared of getting third-party controllers because they fear third-party controllers may even brick their Switch as well. Okay? Maybe that is a myth. Maybe that is false. Actually, I mean, you have that paranoia after that. But enough calling out Nintendo. I have to call out both Hori and Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco, you have no idea what you were doing with this. Come on, you're expecting people to just, oh yeah, have fun with the motion controls. Okay, you're gonna need to, you're gonna have to localize the drum controller. Not everybody's gonna be fond with the motion controls. People are just gonna stoop to the buttons on the pads, okay? You gotta think about that. Also, I want to call out Hori. Hori, you are the manufacturer of the first-party drum controller. You should have localized that drum controller as well, or you should have just went up to Bandai Namco and said, hey, we need to localize this drum controller. We need to get that drum controller over here. I mean, like I said, better late than never. But for crying out loud, this is my biggest gripe of this, is that when it comes to the drum controller, it's not localized, and you have to import your drum controller. You know how painfully fucking annoying that gets. Really. Really. Do you have any idea the blood, sweat, and tears into importing, for crying out loud? Huh? Yeah. However, Taiko no Tatsujin does not stop at the main game. Actually, as a matter of fact, there are additionally other modes as well as settings that involve calibration and practicing with the motion control drums and etc. Kind of more stuff that helps you calibrate with your TV and all that kind of stuff, or calibrate your controller with your TV and all that kind of stuff. So, pretty good. Okay. Alright, but let's get right on to the other gameplay modes. Okay. So, you have unlockable characters as well, and that's where that party mode comes in, and here I transition. The party mode is essentially, well, mini-games. They're categorized into co-op, free-for-all, or teaming up against each other. A majority of mini-games involve rhythm, but however, some can involve memory and timing at the same time, or even both. The mini-games are also just as entertaining as the main game, and are worth having a fun time. Also, there was that new gameplay mode that was just... As soon as when I first got the game, I jumped into it, I was told, hey, congratulations. Guess what? You have that head-to-head mode. And here you go. Here's that head-to-head mode that the menu was telling me about. There is also a head-to-head mode, where it is essentially the main game, but you are dueling against either a friend or a CPU opponent. How this works... There are now power-ups and traps that either screw over your opponent or give you an advantage, or both. The goal of the game is to knock your opponent out by running their health bar to 0. If you have more health than the enemy, you win. If you both have the same health, it is automatically a draw. And this head-to-head mode is essentially perfect for competitions on who is the best drummer. Overall, the game is fantastic. It has a great song list. It also has a great selection of party games. It also has some very interesting game modes as well, and you do have a huge collection of characters to unlock. I've yet to work on unlocking it because I'm busy unlocking songs as well. Like I said, there's also DLC songs too, if you want more. Or if you want to go for more songs added to the... Or if you're looking to extend your song list and whatnot. Okay. And pretty much everything about Taiko no Tatsujin I really enjoyed. However, my biggest gripe is the issue with the motion control and the drum controller. However, on the bright side, it is a damn well good game worth having in your library. The designs are fantastic, the music selection is great, and the mini-games are really essentially the fun. So, yeah, it's worth having in your library. It's $50 on the eShop, my goodness. For crying out fucking loud. What is wrong with me? So, yeah, it is a really, really fun game worth having in your library. And with that totally said, that's going to do it for you guys, and I will be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out.